What's up guys, Elliot here with my reaction to the 2022 McLaren MCL36. McLaren have said that this is the car they will be running with in testing, with sensitive areas hidden for the initial launch. I really hope this is the version from early in their development of the car, because if it's not, I'm worried about the level of detail, or lack of, on this car compared to the Aston Martin we saw the day prior. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the new livery. When the car got revealed, my initial reaction was, wow, this is awesome. There's a lighter shade of papaya, a lighter shade of blue, which seems to be inspired by the Golf livery they ran in Monaco, although Golf haven't increased their sponsorship this year. We have more black on the car, which I like, with black lines separating the papaya and blue. It all looks great. However, the more I've looked at the car, and as I've started to see the car from the various angles, there are definitely some bits that I'm not a fan of. Firstly, the shaping of the blue here just doesn't flow in the right way for me. What McLaren have done with all of their motorsport efforts this year is apply consistent liveries across all of their cars. So if I jump over to one of their IndyCar liveries, you can see the shape actually fits great on here. It's a flatter surface for a start, and it also looks like it's been designed to follow this part of the body panel. It looks like it's been designed for this car. But if I move back to the F1 car, it just doesn't look as good on the Formula 1 car, if I'm honest. The colours look fluorescent and almost like they would glow in the dark. Maybe they do. Let's wait and see at the night races. Something I do like though is the colours are balanced and in roughly the same ratios when viewed from the side and the front. So if I switch over to the front view, you can still see a nice balance of orange, blue and black. I really don't like liveries where they have a colour on the side of the car but you can't see it from the front. Renault were guilty of this a few years ago. From the front they looked yellow and from the side predominantly black. I would say this livery will stand out on the grid though. I'm just not sure it's going to be a favourite for me. But let me know in the comments below what you think of the McLaren livery. And if you're enjoying the video so far, please consider dropping a like and subscribe for more F1 car launch reactions. Let's move on to a top-down comparison of the Aston Martin and the McLaren, shared by F1 on their Instagram. We can see there are key differences in certain areas in the car. So first of all, you can see the front tyres on the McLaren are a lot closer to the front wing. The air intake on the McLaren is sitting slightly further back. The back wheels are in the same place. You can actually see on this render that the wheels are in slightly different positions on the McLaren, either side of the car. But you can also see that the rear wing is sitting further back as well. So McLaren have gone for a slightly longer wheelbase. Switching over to the front of the car, we've got some design trends that are starting to emerge with the cars we've seen launched so far. Similar in concept with the Haas and the Aston Martin, with the lowest element of the four running underneath the nose, and then the nose integrating with the second element and all three of the other elements connected to the nose. Although to me the McLaren doesn't look as neat as a solution as the Aston have. You can also see if you move outboard on the wing, they've got a weird step in the wing planes. I actually think this might be a mistake in the render. There's been a few mistakes from teams in renders this year. I don't know if they've always been this sloppy, but it looks like just an error. I'd be surprised if they were racing with a wing like that. Moving slightly back, you can see McLaren have clearly gone for a pull rod front suspension, last seen in F1 by Ferrari in 2015. There has been speculation that we would see that back on the grid for 2022 due to the larger tyres making the solution easier to achieve. Using pull rod suspension also helps to lower the centre of gravity and creates cleaner airflow for key areas further back on the car. You can sort of see the floor entrance here. The straights that we'd expect to see at the entrance here of the Venturi tunnels are missing, which is a sensitive area that McLaren tends to remove on their launch cars and renders. Slightly above this, you can see the side pods are really different to what we saw on the Aston. They've got no undercut whatsoever. McLaren seems to be aiming to use the bottom here, almost like a barge board, to deflect the dirty air out. They're similar in concept to what we've seen in recent years, with the radiators stood up more than we saw on the Aston to give it a more of a Coke bottle shape further back, although it's definitely not as shrink wrapped around the inner components as the Aston was. They also don't have the cooling slots on the top of the side pods, which means they are depending on expelling the hot air out the rear of the car. We're definitely lacking detail on the edge of the floor here, and I'm not seeing anything too special with the rear wing at the minute either. And there's no real details of the diffuser at the minute, again something that McLaren are keen to hide. So will this be the car that will see McLaren back in the championship battle? If you haven't already, go check out my reaction to the Aston Martin AMR22. Click on the link in the top left to check it out. Next car launch is AlphaTauri, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.